The Surfing Violinist presents Aunt Lena, Family Vlog 51. March started out with Rohan continuing his boba tea fascination. Mel hosted a singular event, a small supper club in which everyone attending brings a dish that reminds them of a lost loved one. Mel's sister came down from Alabama and helped Mel prepare and recreated a dish from her and Mel's mom. Mel recreated two of my grandmother's dishes, baked spaghetti and Greek green beans. As Mel explained the history of these dishes that were more a part of my life growing up, but made an impression on her in the time she knew and visited my grandmother. I was taken back. Mel did such a good job with the recreation of the dishes that the Madeline effect was really powerful. I had so many memories of childhood get-togethers of my grandmother and my aunt, who played a big role in the Greek green beans dish, as Mel reminded me that Aunt Lena had spent some time in Greece. It ended up being a real serendipitous dish choice on Mel's part, because as it would turn out, my Aunt Lena was nearing the end in March. She's had a long fight with memory loss, and my Uncle Russ has served as the ideal husband and father in what has been a marathon fight for life. We got to see her 2 more times before she passed away on Tuesday, March 18th. The family held 2 services, one here in Bay County on Saturday and one prior to the burial in my grandmother's hometown, Valley Head, Alabama, on Sunday. I truly was overwhelmed by the family and friends I have forgotten in the middle of the hustle and bustle of the fits and starts of a discombobulated work-life balance and the throes of being a non-homeowner in a post-hurricane ravaged tourist town with skyrocketing rents and home prices that have exceeded even the most devastating housing bubble in world history. My grandmother's house was a sanctuary from these slings and arrows of outrageous fortune for us growing up, and I took this for granted. And my aunt's passing made me realize I got to do something about this, because seeing my relatives in Alabama and the friends and family near and far who I've neglected was a real wake-up call. It takes a family to navigate these trials and tribulations, so I need to reintegrate the example my grandmother set, albeit it's a little difficult to pull off without the place, her house being such a magnet for moments, memories, and monuments. I can't wait to be independently wealthy to catch these. I'm letting too many slip by while I'm mesmerized by the tunnel vision of the rat race. My wife's dinner was a perfect respite and reminder in this March maelstrom. This is the kind of hosting my grandmother was famous for, so in addition to getting back in the kitchen, as I mentioned in last month's Masala vlog, I need to get back into the hosting with Mel. She loves hospitality and has carried on my grandmother's legacy far better than I have. So if we can't have Nana's house, we can still carry out Nana's hospitality in exile in the interim, but I must be more present in this endeavor. Rohan and I were the only family members who could make the pilgrimage to Alabama, and there we were reminded of the phenomenal stewardship of my family's heritage. My aunts and uncles and cousins presented an ideal model of this very hospitality and family connection that we've been missing down here in my grandmother's absence. My vlogger brain really switched off, so I didn't film anything, but you'll be seeing more of the family this year when I play violin for my cousin's wedding in August. On the way back, Rohan and I spent the night at Candy and Kevin's and were able once again to be reminded of good hospitality and family love. The Mortons have always been a rock in our uneven lives. We hope we can begin to be the same. One other piece of the Smith family legacy I'm trying to reclaim is my grandfather's dreams of writing. He was an avid fan of Ray Bradbury-style sci-fi. In recent years, I've been nurturing my own carefully curated Hall of Fame of influences, as Melissa has wanted me to start writing fiction. In Dothan, Rohan and I were surprised to discover a whole sci-fi masterworks section at 2nd and Charles, so I picked up a haul of great finds recommended by Matt from Bookpilled and Stephen E. Andrews from Outlaw Bookseller. And on the drive, we listened to Harry Potter, a series which has exceeded my expectations even as a holdout, begrudging fan of the films. Dad craved Burger King for his birthday, so that's what we had, and we got him set up with some new audiobooks. The rest of March is kind of a blur. This is peak season for Panama City tourism, and the entire Seuss family is involved in tourist wrangling at more than one juncture in the tourist wrangling pipeline. Some snippets of randomness: saw a big moth at the skate park. Brandon and Becky Marola were on a New Orleans vacation and saw this and thought of Mel. It's the perfect koozie for Mel. So Brandon and Becky Marola were in New Orleans and they saw this and they thought of you. And they got it for you. And he was trying to give it to me on Thursday, and I was like, we just never got out of the water at the same time, so he gave it to me, so that we were the last people in the water almost. So they found this, and I was like, man, what could it be? And then he pulled it out of his car today.
What in the world? That is amazing! Yeah!
I couldn't. When he said they got, so he's like, it's not a big thing. I was like, dude, this exceeded all expectations.
That is found a
Bourdain
Bourdain.
flicking the camera off.
What? And the Barola thought of me and got it for me. That's so
And he's like in
cool.
Tokyo or something.
No,
like,
exactly.
yeah.
It's so cool. That is so cool.
Satya found a Polaroid in the surf shop of Tate as a youth. Tate had a fish cook party. This has been a sobering month, but I think it's good to always keep a sense of humor because I know our lost loved ones would want it that way. My Aunt Lena is great at documenting. She and Uncle Russ and my Aunt Martha, they really were the original Smith extended family vloggers with their video cameras. And Aunt Lena captured some fun moments. My daughter caught one. She was filming Rohan playing games this month, and he has gotten this from me, this kind of mumbling mouth movement when you're concentrating and think no one's watching. But what makes it great is this. Like father, like son. I'm proud of him that it wasn't cursing or throwing something. The facepalm is far better comic relief. Until next time, keep it creative, cross-cultural, and constructive, but don't sacrifice your family on the altar of your ambition, or let them get lost in the throes of the rat race. They're just too precious. Godspeed. To see these videos early, without ads, join the lineup here on YouTube. You just need a YouTube account, and for $1.99 a month, you click this little join button and sign up to get early and ad-free access to 4 monthly vlogs: the surf vlog, the violin vlog, the Masala vlog, and the family vlog. Thank you very much.